What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We officially hit a new all-time high. I was trying to set this stream up before we hit the all-time high, but while I was setting it up, we officially hit a new all-time high. We ended up hitting 69,496. So depending which exchange you're looking on, that's on Bybit. Let's see on Binance. 69,425. Let's see on Coinbase what that high is. 69,324. So depending which exchange you're looking on is going to be a different price, but I believe we've officially hit new all-time highs on every single exchange. What is going on, guys? What day is today? The 5th of March. It's about 10 a.m. here where I'm located. And man, it is crazy day, crazy time to be alive. It's been a long time coming. I know a lot of people have been waiting about 3 years for this. I know there's been people that bought potentially at previous highs, and now they finally they're finally in profit, right? Everybody is basically in profit at this point. And man, I'm super excited. I'm super pumped about this. So hopefully you guys have survived the bear market and are as pumped as I am. So in today's video, we're gonna in today's live stream, we're going to just kind of be watching the price here for Bitcoin as it hits new all-time highs. See what happens from here. I'm gonna be giving some potential trade setups, and I'm going to be analyzing it overall to see where we might go from here, what could potentially happen from here, and what potential plays you could potentially set up from here. So we'll be talking about all those things, and just kind of hanging out for a little bit and watching Bitcoin's price here as it hits a new all-time high, like it just did literally like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, we're super pumped. We're super excited here and I can't wait. Like I'm hoping that we continue. I'm hoping to see $70,000 and beyond here today. That will be super exciting. Let me go ahead and post that I am live here on Instagram real quick and on Twitter. So just give me a few, and then we'll jump into the analysis. If you're tuning in right now, let me know what's up in the comments while I go ahead and post this up on social media real quick. I see Giannis in the comments. What's going on, Giannis? Happy new all-time high. Rivers, what's going on? I know you've been here throughout the bear market. Oh man, it is crazy, guys. It is crazy. Let me see. Give me a few, guys. I'll put my camera here so you guys can see me as well while you're looking at the charts, so we can watch it together. Bitcoin's price is currently. I'm gonna actually move my camera so you guys can actually see Bitcoin's price. Hold on a second. There we go. So Bitcoin's price is actually, if it dropped back down, we're at 68,600 right now. Hold on a second. All right, so we're currently sitting at 68,500, just about. Give me a second while I post this up. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, so expect a lot of volatility here for sure. I'm expecting nothing less. We already saw, if we look at, we're looking at the 4 hour right now. Let's zoom in to the 15 minute to see what price has looked like in the immediate presence, right? We can see that once we hit an all-time high, it went up as high as 69,496, and then it instantly dropped as low as 67,219. So yeah, definitely expected. I spoke about it in the Discord that I expected lots of volatility once we cleared that all-time high. Now what we could potentially see here, now that we tapped that all-time high, is maybe there's a lot of longs in that area, and maybe the market tries to trap them and push the price back down to kind of pick up some liquidity back down here in this range down here. So that's something that we're gonna have to watch out for. Let's take a look at the heat map here to see. Let me see, where is it? Let's look at the heat map to see where the liquidity levels are. Liquidation heat map. So this is in the last 7 days what the heat map looks like. You can see that we've basically been taking out all the liquidity to the upside. So the majority of liquidity right now, liquidity pools are basically at 60K and all the way down to 55K. Are we gonna drop to 55K? I mean, that's a pretty big drop. Let's look at the monthly. On the monthly, you can see all the liquidity is all the way down here at 50K. But remember, the monthly chart lags behind a lot. So, just because it says 50K doesn't mean that we're going to go all the way down there to 50K. And now let's look at the last 12 hours. Let's zoom in a bit here. And we can see, we can see that pretty much we took out liquidity to the upside. Now there's not much more liquidity to the upside, but there's not really any liquidity to the downside either on the 12-hour chart that's popping up here. So price currently still floating around $68,000. Let me post a link here real quick. Hold on. What was the link to this live? What? My internet is tripping right now on my phone. All right. All right, guys, let's see where we're at right now. Rivers says $100,000 by the halving. Hey, that would be wild. I'm not gonna lie. My conservative estimate was 100K by the end of the year. That was my conservative estimate in the beginning of this year. But I mean, at this pace, who knows, man? This is crazy. This is literally crazy. Let's zoom into the 5-minute chart here. See what's going on. So now we're watching it on the 5-minute chart so we can see what price is really doing in real time right now. I don't know what's going on with my phone. There's no internet. Let me connect to the Wi-Fi again. Let me see. We need some celebration music here. So I'm trying to find the thing with YouTube, you can't play any music that's what do you call it? Copywritten, right? Can't find. They don't have there's no way that they don't have like a party type of thing, right? There's K-pop, country pop, deep focus, tropical bangers. Is that maybe that's party music? Let's hear it. Let's see what tropical bangers sounds like. Put up the volume. I don't know what how much of bangers these are. These are chill. These are like pretty cool. Definitely not that. I mean, these are chill, you know. But I was looking for more party vibes. I'll leave this on for now as I try to find something. All right, there's a little bit more party. Looking for some celebration music, man. We just hit all-time highs. Even though price is currently dropping right now. Let's see what happens here. We're at the 55-minute moving average. See what's going on in Ethereum. Ethereum went set up a new recent high as well, 38.34. So what's Ethereum's all-time high? Let's take a look at Ethereum's all-time high, because Ethereum is lagging behind, but we're getting there. We're getting close. The all-time high is 48.75. 48.75, guys. So we are officially a little over $1,000 away from Ethereum's all-time high. So that's the next one. Look at this chart. I gotta sneeze real quick. Hold on. Excuse me. Dance workout. Let's see what this dance workout playlist is. Oh, there we go. This is all basically like reggaeton. I didn't know Spanish music was workout music. It says dance workout. Let's try a different playlist. That's too crazy. Alright, that's chill. Yeah, I haven't been able to find any celebration music, guys. Sorry. All right, we'll just jam to these right here. So let me see where we at on Bitcoin. We've dropped to 67. Let's go back to the 5-minute candles here. So it's definitely a lot of volatility right now in the market as we just set a new all-time high. And I still haven't been able to post this. Oh my god, my phone still has no internet. Still says no internet connection. I don't know what is going on here, guys, with my phone. I don't know if it's my phone or if it's Instagram. I don't know. Yeah, I have no internet. No idea what's going on here. Let's see. So we have Allison says, hello, how likely is it to reach $73,000 this week? That's a great question. So if you guys have tuned in the last few weeks, we spoke about $73,000 for Bitcoin being a target. And the reason why was due to a pattern that we saw here. Hold on a second because I'm going to make a trade real quick. All right, so I'm entering a trade here, a small position here at $67,000 above it. So on the break here, we just broke. So here at 67,000, see if I can catch a quick scalp here in the 67,000 range if we get a potential bounce here. Because we're going to see a bounce here at some point as the market buys a dip, I'm sure. We've gone as low as 66,400 right now. So let's take a look here at what I was talking about as far as $73,000. Now, how likely is it? I mean, there's a possibility, but there's really no way to know. because we've just been on such a crazy trajectory, and what I am suspecting is a pullback here after new all-time highs. So that's kind of what I spoke about today with my group. But if we look at this setup here, we can see it's pretty clear on the chart, right? If you look at it here, we're looking at the weekly chart. We have this move up. Let me clear the chart up a little bit here. So I'm gonna leave this because this is gonna be a big level here. But I think we can remove this one here already. So basically we had this move up. I'm gonna remove these as well. Let's clear things up a little bit here. This is the longer term trend line that we have stayed above basically this entire time since we bottomed out. Currently it's very far away. It's sitting at $35,000 basically right now. Then we have this trend line. Currently that's sitting at about 45,000. So both those trend lines are very far away. And of course the moving averages. But like I was saying, we had this bull flag here. Basically, what's a bull flag? A bull flag is when we have an impulse move, we have some consolidation and pullback, and we have a continuation, right? So how do we measure a bull flag? It's pretty simple. Let me turn down the volume on the music. It's pretty simple to measure a bull flag. All you do is measure from the beginning of the bull flag, beginning of the move, to the top, right? Then you grab this and you put it where the breakout would happen, which is right there. And this gives us a price estimate of about $73,000. So that's basically how we got to that number. It's not exactly 73, it's 72.8, I think. Let me see if it tells me if I click it. 72,754 is the exact number that it gives us. So that's how we get that number there on the breakout. So that's currently what we're watching here. Can we get there this week? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's such a big move already. We're due for a pullback at some point, right? When are we gonna get that pullback? I'm not sure. Hold on. I just hit. I'm taking profit here on the trade that I took. What was it? 67.5K. And setting trail stops. So I just took profit on that trade that I took at 67,000. Here at 67,500. So very small trade. I'm just looking to scalp these levels here on any pullback. So that's why I love when there's a lot of volatility, because when it overextends to the downside, there's almost always a bounce right back up from a small support. So I like to play big hole levels. They're just simple to play, and we just got that bounce back up. So basically the idea is you take some profit, put a trust stop on it right around there. So I had it usually around $200, $250. So if price goes back down, I trail out in profit, and then if we go back down below 67 again, and then price bounces back up above 67 again, I'll consider taking another long trade there. So I've officially trailed out here at 67. Now I'll consider another long trade here, or I'll wait for a better entry. So just kind of updating you guys on my thought process as price just kind of moves around here on the trade that I just took. So hold on. Trailed out. So I'm typing because I'm letting my team know here as we do this in the Discord. If you guys don't know, I do have a Discord. In the Discord, we provide all types of things. I provide either signals, my personal signals that I'm taking, like I was just talking about live with you guys right now. I entered at 67,000, took profit at 67,500. Quick scalps. So we do that. We also have a options signals. So basically, it's a way of making passive income by selling option contracts to option traders. So I have a new video actually coming out on that this week that breaks it down, because this is a strategy that literally nobody in crypto is doing, talking about, or even knows about. And it probably has one of the best returns on investment right now that I've seen, because option traders are in crypto are such, they love to speculate crazy moves, so, which basically pays you, they're giving you free money, right? It pays you premium. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things to do right now in crypto, and I'll have a video coming out on that this week. And then we have the algo signals, which basically it's an algorithm which scans the market 24/7, 365 for trades with high probability setups with a hit rate of 80% or higher. And those, you know, it gives you the exact trade plan, exactly what's going on. And then the newest feature that we just added to the group is auto trading. So basically, auto trading is, it's taking the algo signals and automatically making all the trades for you. I'm testing it right now, but it is already released. I'm testing it on an account with $1,000. I'm already up on this account. Let me see where is it? So this is the trader. I had put $1,000 in it. In about 2 weeks, I'm up $200. That's a 20% return there, guys, in a matter of 2 weeks, which is insane. I don't always expect 20% returns in 2 weeks, but we've had a really good run here in crypto, and obviously you can see it as well in the auto trader. And yeah, so if you guys are interested in any of that, of course, the link is in the description, because we have a lot of things that we've been working on, guys. And by the way, the option signals, our win rate right now in 2024 is 100%. We have literally not missed a trade in options, which is why I love options. This is our options right now, just a quick spreadsheet where I tracked all my trades there. And you can see currently year to date, I've done about 62% return in 2 months, guys. We've done 45 trades this year, and if you notice, we have 0 losses, 100% win rate. So yeah, and it's been returning the last 2 months 23%, basically 23.98%, 24%, and already this month we're up about 6%. So this has been very lucrative. If you guys are interested in finding out more, this week we have a video coming out on exactly how you too can do this, can trade, can sell options. Let me see here. Timmers, what's going on, Timmers? Finally hit all-time highs. Glad to see you in here again. Allison, of course, Allison. Yeah, I know I didn't give you an exact answer. I don't know if we're gonna hit 73. It's tough, right? I think once we break 70, then for sure we'll hit 73, probably pretty quickly within the week of hitting 70, of breaking above 70. But I think we're still, you know, we might need some consolidation around this area here. So I was looking this morning, I was looking at the last time in the last bull run that we were at a previous all-time high. So that was back all the way back here. Let me see, in the 20s. So it's this little area right here. Let's zoom into the daily so we can see exactly what was happening during that time. Let's see, where are we? I'm lost. Nope, I'm in the wrong year. So it was way back here. in 2020, right? The end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we had we were testing basically the previous all-time high from 2018, 2017, right? So this is the first time we tested it, was right here at 19,448, and then over the next 2 days, you can see that the market dumped, and we actually dumped about 17%. So let's take a look at that. The high was there and the low was here. That's a 17% drop after testing the previous all-time highs. You can see that we had a high of 19,565. I think the all-time high was around 20,000, and Bitcoin's price dropped about 17% after hitting that. Then over the next few days, basically, price moved right back up. We consolidated, and then we finally broke above the previous all-time highs. And you can see once we broke above the previous all-time highs, Bitcoin's price really took off here. So let's see, the day that we broke out was right here. And we basically, Bitcoin's price moved up about 116% throughout basically the next month or so, right? We had a 116% move there, where we went from the previous all-time high of $20,000 and set a new time high at that time of $42,000. Then Bitcoin's price consolidated, pulled back once again. You see we pulled back from that high to a low of, what was the low here? 28,000, which was a 31% pullback. And then after that 31% pullback, once again, we got a move. Let's see how high this move went. So we got then the next move here from 28,000 all the way up to 58,000. That was a move of another 100% move. So once that happened, once again, a pullback. Again, 26% pullback. And then after that, we had a move up of about 44%, setting a new all-time high of 62,000. So then we had a pullback once again, 18% pullback. Then a move back to the upside, and we set a new high at, we didn't set a new high that time. So we went up to, where's the high there? Hold on. Oh yeah, we did. So $65,000 was that new high. And then we got a massive correction. So we had from there to here, that was a 27% drop. And then from here, if you go all the way to the bottom here of this correction, that was actually this ended up being the bottom. That was a 55% drop. All right, so, and of course, after that, after we bottomed out there, we got one last move up. Actually, we got a few moves up, but the whole move was 140%. But of course, it came in chunks. We went basically 48%, then had a pullback of about 12%, then moved back up 42%, another pullback here, 25%. We set up a new high here at $66,000 with a move of 69%. Had another pullback, 13% pullback, and the final all-time high, which we just broke today, was of $69,000. So, I'm just kind of breaking that down so that we can have an idea of how the market moves. Even when we're in a bull market and when we're setting all-time highs, you can still expect a lot of pullbacks, right? So if we kind of take a look at these pullbacks, I want to get an idea of what the average pullback was during this time. So let's take a look here. So the first pullback, when we initially reached that previous all-time high, was 17%. So let's put 17. Then the next pullback was 31.5. Then the next pullback was 26.5. Pullback after that, 18.5. Pullback after that was 55. Pullback after that was 25. And then the final pullback ended up being about 13. 13.7. So how many pullbacks was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So divide it by 8. So the average pullback ended up being about 23.5. So 23.5% was the average pullback during that previous all-time high, during the previous bull run there. Now, what we have to account for is that usually every all-time high, well, as price progresses, Bitcoin's price matures, the market matures, the pullbacks are less and less volatile. So that's something that we've seen. And now with the ETFs, a lot of you have to think about it, right? Who's putting money into ETFs? Usually older people are in the stock market. Institutional investors aren't looking to get in and out, right? They're looking a lot of times to put money in for long term, for the next few years. Because if you have a lot of money, ideally you want to hold your position a minimum of a year. Because if you sell before a year, you're taxed a lot more. Your tax is a lot higher than if you hold for at least a year. So with that idea in mind, and the inflows of the people, there's so many people buying Bitcoin right now through the ETFs, the pullbacks might not be as volatile as before. So either way, let's take a look at what a 23% pullback would look like. Like, where would that take us? So if we go over here and look at a 23.5% pullback, that gives us a price of about $53,000. What's going on, Teddy? Got my dog here with it resting his head on my lap. What's up, buddy? So he's very sad if Bitcoin's price were to pull back 23.5% to $53,000. I can tell. I can see it in his eyes how sad he is. But I don't think that's gonna happen, because if we're thinking that pullbacks won't be as volatile, then I'm not expecting a 23.5% pullback, even though that was the average, right? But again, I'm still not expecting it. Last time we reached the previous all-time highs, remember we did have a pullback during that time as well. We reached the previous all-time highs. We didn't break them, but we got to that point and we pulled back about 17%. So what would a 17% pullback look like? 17% pullback from the current highs would take us down to about $57,000, $58,000, $57,618. So that's more or less where that would take us if we were to see that type of pullback. So I mean, either way, guys, what I would say, anything more than a 15% pullback, that's where you start to build some positions overall. Even if you're doing what I've been doing lately, and I covered a video about this, I did a video on this, was building big positions on any pullback beyond 15%. So that's kind of like a little rule with leverage, though. This is not like my long-term portfolio. This is my derivatives portfolio, where I'm just, as soon as it gets beyond 15%, I'm just starting to add to my positions. And every time it gets even lower, I add a little bit more. Now, I'm not taking a huge risk, but this has helped me basically when we got the last pullback, I Ended up, I started buying around 42,000 all the way down to 38,000. That was around the bottom of that pullback. And my average price ended up being around $41,000. I still had that position open, guys. It's basically made me half a Bitcoin just by holding it there. So those are the type of things I'm looking to do, because those can be very, very lucrative during a bull run. So during bull runs, the best suggestion that I can give is on any pullbacks beyond 15%, start building up positions, and as it drops more and more, build up your position bigger. And you can see, if you would have done that last bull run, just imagine, let's say you were doing a 10x leveraged position, right? And let's say you didn't catch the bottom, but let's say somewhere in the middle is where you would enter. So let's say right there. That would have been a 145% move. If you're using 10x leverage, that's 1,450% move. Now, if you did the same thing here, this move was, 100%. So that would have been, again, 1,000% with leverage. If you did it again here, 44%, 440% with leverage. If you did it again here, 28%, 280%. So you get it, right? Like, you can make massive amounts of money if you start building your positions beyond a 15% correction and just hold them long term. You could have, now we're always gonna say we can't hit, we're never gonna time the exact bottom perfectly. We're never gonna time the exact top perfectly. But if you could have been somewhere in this, even if you didn't get 1,400%, if you hit half of that, 750%, that's insane, right? That's an insane return on any investment. If you just put $100 on that and you got 750% return, it's $750, right? On $100 investment. So that's kind of how you have to approach it. Now you have to be wary of big drops like this, so that's why you need to be sure that your positions aren't too big and that you can add more to your positions so that your position doesn't get liquidated, or to have some sort of exit plan if price keeps dropping like this, like we did in this scenario. Now, I think we're still really early in the bull run. I wouldn't expect any massive corrections. Maybe something between 20 to 30 would be realistic. I don't think we see any 55 to 60% pullbacks here at this time. But just keep in mind, this is crypto, this is Bitcoin, it is volatile, it is high risk. So anything could happen, right? So yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything that we're covering here, make sure to drop it in the comments and I'll be happy to answer those for you guys. Let me drink some water. Let me see if my internet is working on my phone yet. Doesn't look like it. I don't know what is going on. Let me disconnect from the Wi-Fi again. No internet connection. Wow. Turn my Wi-Fi back on. So it might be an Instagram thing. So let me see. Let me try a different app. Let's look at Twitter. Twitter's working fine. Let me look at my trading exchange. That's loading perfectly fine. That's trading fine. Yeah, everything on my internet's working fine, and obviously I'm live streaming. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. My Instagram's not working right now. Let me check if it's working here on the browser. Yeah, it's working fine here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Not sure. But at least my post got put up. All right, let's see in the comments here what's going on. Yana says Bitcoin went 0.2% above all-time high and immediately went down 3%. It looks like a trap to bulls. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of people selling up there. I wouldn't say a trap. I think this pullback could be a trap for anyone trying to short. But because there's 100%, there's going to be a lot of profit taking up there at all-time highs, right? That's a normal thing. And, you know, even though with all that profit taking, people are going to be buying the dip, I'm pretty sure. So could it be a trap there? I mean, I don't think anyone should probably be buying up here at all-time highs at 69,000. If people are, then, you know, those are probably retail traders that are going to end up losing. Well, they're probably lost already. They probably got liquidated by now. Let's see Coinbase, the Coinbase app, how it's ranking. So Coinbase, okay guys, this is interesting. Coinbase app is now the ranked number 44 in the App Store overall, and in finance apps, it's number 4. So the reason this is important is because in the previous bull runs, whenever Bitcoin topped out or like peaked, the app was number 1, was a number 1 downloaded app on Coinbase. So it's something to keep an eye on. I'll keep you guys updated on this. Right now, it just broke into the top 100 yesterday, I believe. Let me see, what day is today? Today's the 5th. So yesterday, for the first time, it broke into the top 100 overall downloaded apps. Currently, it's sitting at number 44, and in finance apps, it's number 4. So that means retail is definitely coming in, but there's still room, right? Is not like it was last time. So once it gets to number 1, that's when we have to start being careful, because that means retail is definitely like aping in, right? When retail starts aping in, that it catches that much, that Bitcoin catches that much media attention and that many retail investors come in, that's when Bitcoin's price tends to drop. That's when we tend to see big corrections. So that happened in 2018. That happened in and that happened twice in 2021, both when in May when we hit 65,000, and once again in November when we hit 69,000. So we have to be careful and keep an eye on that, because that could be a signal or indicator, you know, that we're probably going to drop at some point soon. So now one thing to notice here on the daily, notice that we've hit a new high here in the price, but the RSI didn't hit a new high. So remember, that happened last time. So if we look back here, if we look back here, we can see that the RSI was clearly trending to the downside, while the price was clearly trending to the upside. What happens there? That's a bearish divergence. You know, because RSI is a momentum indicator. If momentum is trending down, but price continues up, it's a divergence, right? And usually when that happens, there's either a period of consolidation or a period of a pullback. And we got that, right? We saw during that time, we saw, look at all this consolidation and this pullback all the way down here. We bottomed out and then continued to the upside. So what happened here, once price right in this area right here, let me see if I can, right here, that's when we finally broke out, which is about the same time where we broke out here and got that move to the upside, right? So now what's happening now is that we're starting to see something similar, right? We got here was fine, right? So this was good. RSI and price were perfect there. We had a higher high, we had higher highs, right? But now we're looking at these two peaks, and we had from a high to a lower high. So that could be the beginning of, that could be a sign that we're heading for some consolidation or some sort of pullback. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen immediately, because if we look back, look at when this first happened. It happened right here, October 24th, and then November 1st, right? And if you go all the way back, we could even look at November 10th, where we set another new high. So that's when those two peaks formed, which is similar to these two peaks. But even after that, price continued to go on. So let's see, I would say that's around the November 9th. And we continue setting new highs all the way in through the 11th of January. So for 2 months, Bitcoin's price continued setting new highs, while momentum continued setting lower highs. So just because this is starting to happen again here doesn't mean that price is not going to continue to the upside. We can still continue to see price move up, but it does mean that eventually, at some point in time, we're going to see prices move back to the downside here. So that's another thing that we're going to be keeping an eye on. And of course, we'll be keeping you guys updated as we continue to see these things play out, and as we continue to update you guys, do these live streams and all that. So it looks like Bitcoin's setting up some new lows. It's going lower here today. We just hit 65,000. I think the low right now is, what's the low? 64. So we actually hit 64,986. I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. And we have Bitcoin, and we have Ethereum at 37. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna take this out the way. Let's go back into the 5-minute chart as we continue to set up some new lows here. So how far could this pullback go? I'm not sure. I am not sure. So I'm looking for areas of support. We have an area of support here around 65,000, which is exactly where we just hit recently. After that, we have another area of support here around 63,000. We got some support here again around the mid 62. Then at 62, we have some support 61.5. So it looks like every like $500 we have minor, and it's going to be minor areas of support, right? So if we zoom out a bit here and try to find some potential support areas, the biggest support is probably right here, which is right around 63K. So let's highlight that area there. Actually, so it's gonna be something like that. Let's make that yellow so we can actually see it. So that's a potential area of support. If we want to look, if we want to find more potential areas, we can pull up a Fibonacci retracement tool and run it from this area here, from that first, where the move first began, to about the top. Make this a different color. And that shows us some potential support areas there as well. So now looking at that, I can barely see this one. Why is it so, make it a little thicker? There we go. All right, so now it's giving us, showing us some other areas of support. You can see right here, this is right around 65,500. So that's a potential support area there. So we'll be watching, we'll probably be watching those areas there for now to see what happens. Well, like that could potentially be a good risk return trade there. Actually, let me see. I'm trying to see where you would have to set up a stop. Then the next Fibonacci area sits at 64,500. And then after that, of course, we fall down to this support area here that we spoke about. So let's see if this Fibonacci level holds up here. It looks like it held up throughout this candle, held up here, and then now it's holding up here as well. So that could be a good level there. Yep, River says, hit the like button, everyone. Show the channel some support. Yes, definitely, guys. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, to subscribe to the channel. Today, Bitcoin, if you just tuned in, Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high, guys. We're very, very excited to see that. So now the crazy thing is, Instagram is not working at all for me. Can you guys check on your end? Is Instagram working fine for you guys? Let me know in the comments if your Instagram is working fine for you. I'm gonna pause my VPN and see if maybe that's what's causing it. Once again, nothing. And the crazy thing is, on my web, it's also not loading. Very, very odd. Let's see. Okay, so it's not just me. Okay, I'm just making sure that it's not just me, because I've had my account suspended before, and I wasn't sure if maybe that's why it wasn't working, because my account got suspended. So like 2 years ago, my Instagram account got suspended. And it was suspended for like 2 months, and I have no idea why. Like there was no reason why it was suspended for. Um, so I'm just making sure that it's not just me. All right, so we actually just hit a new low here on Bitcoin's price. We went down to 64,400. So we're definitely getting a pullback here. Let's see how low. So far the pullback's been about 7.3% so far. But look how fast this got bought up. That new low just got bought up super fast. So we hit a low of 64,400 and we're already $1,000. It bounced $1,000 instantly, basically. Yeah, Rivers, retail money's definitely gonna start coming in soon. It's you can pretty much tell by watching by by the rank of Coinbase app. Let's see Coinbase. Has Coinbase crashed? I know yesterday was having issues. So far it looks good. Coinbase looks like it's up and running fine. Yeah, Coinbase looks like it's good. Giannis says RSI is overextended in weekly time frame. Maybe we have to cool down a little in weekly time frame. So so remember that RSI is a momentum indicator. So what exactly does that mean? It means that even if it's overextended, it doesn't mean that price is going to drop just because it's overextended. So if we look at the weekly and we look at every time it's been overextended and then we put a time frame to it. So it got the most recent time it got overextended was back in October of 2023. And you can see Bitcoin's price continued going up basically until we didn't get back into the out of being overbought until January 8th, right? So from October to January it was like that, and then it cooled down a little bit as we consolidated here and then continued up. And then if we keep going all the way back here, this was previous bull run. You can see in October of 2020, we got into overbought territory, and that lasted until February of 2021. So how long was that? A pretty long time. And you can see price just continued up, like it went on a tear, right? So the RSI alone doesn't signal a whether price is going to go up or down. It just kind of gives you an idea of where the momentum is, and then when you pair it with, for example, with the price, and you start comparing price to RSI, now you can see divergences. So now that could start signaling some potential coming consolidation or pullbacks. But the bigger the time frame, the longer it takes for that to happen. So even here we had this bearish divergence here, but in the weekly it happened way before. So I mean, in the daily it happened way before. So the daily is always a lot faster than the weekly, which can give you, kind of let you know ahead of time where you know, price might be going. So let's go back to the 4-hour chart here. Let's actually go, let's take a look at the 5-minute, see what's going on the 5-minute. So there's a 5-minute chart right now. I'm looking for anything bullish here. If we get some sort of bullish candles, then I consider a trade setup for a long. I would love to catch a long to the upside here, but right now I don't see anything that I would like here. So we can see that we've got all red candles here. This one here had potential because that's considered a bullish pin bar, but the next candle we've seen continuation here to the downside. So not gonna play. I'm gonna just stay out of the market for now. Let's see what price does here, how it reacts. So just gonna hang out for now, and not gonna try to get into any position just to get into a position, right? I want to see a reason. If I want to see price really begin to bounce here, I would love to see a bullish candle at the support here, and then a push to the upside. Then I'll consider, you know, a position, a potential scalp. All right, so multiple people are saying that Instagram is down. Okay, just making sure that it wasn't just me. We have River said it's down. Allison said it's down. Yana said it's okay for him. Teddy said it's down. Timmer said it's down. Okay, so it's not just me then. We're good then. We're golden. I wonder if Bitcoin broke Instagram. What do you guys think? All right, guys. Yeah, I can't do anything on Instagram. Still down for me. Let me connect back to my VPN then. So I'm basically always on a VPN, guys. That's like I no longer turn it off at any time, basically, since I'm always trading or always looking at the exchange. I have to just basically keep my VPN on at all times. So if you're looking to use a VPN at first, and if you're not trading a lot, then I recommend you find a free VPN. The one that I was using for free was Windscribe, and for free, it's not bad, right? It's pretty good, especially if you're not constantly on the VPN, then it's fine. Now, the problem I ran into is that I was constantly either having to turn it on and turn it off, right? Because Windscribe, since it's free, you only get, I think, up to 10 gigs per month for free, right? Beyond that, you have to pay for it. So if you don't want to be using the free gigs, then you had to if you're not using it, just turn it off. Then even when I had it on, like sometimes I'd forget, leave it on, the internet was super slow. So what I ended up doing, I ended up, you know, looking up the best VPNs basically, and the one with the best reviews was NordVPN. So I ended up getting NordVPN, and it's been great. I basically have unlimited use for NordVPN, and I don't notice a difference in my internet speed, like, at all. Like, I watch videos, I could stream, I could live stream, not live stream, but I could watch live streams, I could watch whatever it is I want, I could download things, and I do not notice a difference at all with the VPN on. So at this point, I just keep the VPN on at all times. If you guys are interested, I do have a link for Nord. Just let me know and I'll post it. I don't think it's in the description. I should probably add it. And I have to redo my description because I haven't updated it in a while. So that's probably something I should definitely be looking into. Yeah, Rivers, Nord is amazing. I use Nord. Like I said, I use it for everything now. I literally don't turn it off. I leave the Nord VPN on at all times right now. All right, guys. So we got a bullish candle here. Should we end? It's looking like we're getting a nice bounce. I don't know if I want to enter at 66. Try to catch a scalp, or if I should just chill, right? Let me see what my options are doing. So my options are definitely down because of what do you call it? Because of volatility. So with options, there's multiple factors that that go into why, you know, what moves the contract's value in option. And you could look up the Greeks is basically what it is. But the main factors are price. So price, the closer to your strike price that the price gets, then you know, the lower the value, or the higher the value of the contract goes. So if it's higher, a higher value, then for me, since I'm selling it, I'm not buying it, it's worse for me. The other thing is volatility. So right now, because there's so much volatility in the market, the premiums and the value of the contract goes way up, right? So even though my strike price is at $60,000, which is nowhere near where current prices are, because of this volatility here, you know, I'm in the red right now. So all I got to do basically is wait, right? Waiting is all there is to the game. So as time is another major factor in option contracts. So the closer and closer we get to the expiration date of my contracts, the more money I get and the less value the contract has, or the contract gets, as long as it's not close to my strike price. So even if by my strike price, the price of Bitcoin gets to like $60,000 or just above it, I'm still fine and I'm gonna make all my money. It just can't go below it. So yeah, so right now, you know, I'm still in the clear, 6,500. We're $5,000 away from the strike price. So I'm still good. And I have another, I think I just remembered, I have another position that I opened at 62. So even at 62, we're still good. It's a Friday expiration date for that one, the 62. I feel pretty good about it. Can it drop another 3,000? It definitely can. Hopefully it doesn't. And the reason I put it at 62 is because when I zoomed out, I saw this big support level here that we drew out. So this, where is it? This support right here. So this is at 63. So from 63 to 62, it's a pretty big level of support there. Can it drop below it? Of course it can. You know, anything's possible. And if it were to get to that point, then I'd be looking at that point to close out the contract and just kind of roll it back, take any small losses at that point, and just make it back in a further expiration date. So that's pretty much how I play it. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. I haven't had to worry, and I haven't had to worry about anything like that happening so far in 2024. I haven't had a loss since the 13th of December. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But we will wait and see what happens here. All right, let's see. Rivers. So if you're looking to get back into it, I'm still trading on Bybit mainly. However, for Bybit, you do need not only just a VPN, but you're also going to need an ID basically that's not in the US. So I had to get an ID basically outside of the US. It's called a digital passport. And I can share that website with you if you're interested. It's about $250 a year. You get a digital passport in that's in the Republic of Palau or Palu. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And you basically have to give them all your information, and they literally create a passport for you. Not a passport, but a digital ID for you guys. And then with the digital ID, you can KYC in any exchange basically, as long as the KYC doesn't ask for an address. As long as they're only asking for ID, you can KYC in any exchange. If they ask for address, you can't. You don't have no address, so you can't KYC with an address. So yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. If you don't want to go that route, which I totally understand, and you probably shouldn't, then you can either use MEXC or you can use BingX. Those are the two other exchanges that I've currently used in the US that don't require any type of KYC. You only need a what do you call it, a VPN on. Timbers is a VPN safe. What if Bybit finds out? So it happens to me all the time where I either had my VPN off or I turned it off by mistake, or I paused it so I can make a Uber Eats food delivery order. And then I open up my app on Bybit and it says, you're located in a country, based on your IP, you're located in a country that's not supported or not allowed. And they basically log you out. So all you got to do, turn your VPN back on, go back to Bybit, log back in, and you're fine. Bybit doesn't care. It's not Bybit that's enforcing these rules. It's the US that enforces these rules. So Bybit wants all customers from all around the world to use their platform. They do not care if you're using a VPN or not. But they've set up the rules in their exchange where if you log in and you don't have a VPN on and your IP address shows that you're located in a country that they don't support, they don't let you log in, or they log you out right out. So all you have to do is switch your VPN back on, and then you can log in. No, they would never block your account, and you wouldn't lose your money. So the worst thing that I've ever seen happen, that happened to me once, that was not on Bybit, it was on a different exchange, BitMEX. On BitMEX, they they forced you basically to close your account. So they gave you 30 days to close your account. Once if they found out that you were in the US, because you logged in without a VPN, they gave you 30 days to take all your funds out of your account and close your account. So in a worst case scenario, I imagine that's what Bybit would do. But again, like I said, Bybit has never done that. I've never seen them do it. I've never heard of anyone's account getting closed. I've never heard of anyone losing money or anything like that on Bybit due to anything like that. So I think you're safe, but the issue with Bybit is that you can't use it with only a VPN. You have to KYC. All right, so we've continued to get this bounce. You can see we went up as high as 66, and I'm glad that I did not take a long because price has dropped way back down. All right, guys, so I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. We've been live for about an hour and a half. The idea was to go live until we hit a new all-time high, and as I was setting up for the live stream, the all-time high got hit. So I wasn't even able to be live while we hit an all-time high, unfortunately. But I think I'm gonna wrap things up, guys. I think I gave you guys a few ideas on what we could potentially expect here. We can see the support levels here. This is the Fibonacci level that I'm gonna be personally watching today and maybe the rest of this week. depending how price reacts there. You can see right now it's holding up fairly well. So that might be a good trade setup there, 65,500 level. So I'll be watching that closely. Also, this level right here is 64,500. So I'll be watching those two levels closely, and the final level right here at $63,000 to see if those hold up as support. If they do, that's a potential trade there, potential scalp to do there. Also, Rivers, by the way, I don't know if you've seen, but we have in a auto trader. If you have, I don't know if you have access to trade on Bybit. If you do, you can set up an account basically that trades for you. So you can see here, this is my trading bot basically. I gave it $1,000. You can see $1,000 here. And in 2 weeks, I'm up $200. So, you know, if you're looking to get back into trading, but you're scared to maybe to do it yourself, you can join the Discord, and this is definitely something that right now is making money. I've been testing it for 2 weeks now. We're up 20% in 2 weeks. You know, it's not always going to be 20% in 2 weeks. 20% is actually a pretty ridiculous number. But if we can average anywhere around 10% per month, like that's a crazy number. That's a crazy return on a monthly basis. So yeah, I would say check that out, man. I could give you a discount if you're interested. If you're interested in joining, so let me know. You could message me either in the comments or on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'll be happy to share a discount with you. Yeah, if you're gonna need, if you're in the US, you're gonna need a digital ID. It's not a passport, it's a digital ID. Let me show you really quick so that you know the site and what it looks like. So it's this site right here. It's called RNS. Well, the site is rns.id, and you can see it's this country here, Paula ID. It's a digital residency program. So, you know, it's for identity verification, KYC. You could get 180 days stay per entry, etc., etc. And basically the way it works is you basically buy this, right? You can apply now for $248, and that's pretty much it. And then you can see that there's a lot of featured digital residents, including some really big names like Tim Draper, the Vitalik Buterin. So I think Tim Draper is, let me see, founding digital resident. So is he the founder? I'm not even sure. Maybe. But we see Ethereum co-founder, minted Voyager Pass 1430. Yeah, so it looks like he has one. And honestly, let me see. I've never had any issues with it. Never heard of any issues with it. Is it completely legal? I don't know. You know, maybe that's something that you can look into. But it's an option. If you're looking to get on Bybit or KYC, this is the route that you'd have to take. Other than that, you wouldn't be able to use it. Right now for the bot, this bot is only supported by KYC exchanges, unfortunately. So yeah, you would definitely need access to one of those websites for now. But yeah, you can check it out. All right, guys, we've been live for about an hour and a half. Bitcoin already hit all-time highs and dropped down to 65,000. So we're gonna keep watching here, but I'm tuning out for now. As you guys know, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, bitcoin.daily, on Twitter, bitcoinxdaily. On here, you guys are already following me on here, hopefully. Make sure to subscribe if you're not. Turn on notifications. We have a big video coming out this week, so make sure to tune in for that. Or I'm going to show you a cheat code that I have found to trade and make money passively in crypto. And you don't have to farm your crypto. You don't have to get into any high yield scams. You don't even have to trade it. So make sure to tune in for that. Make sure to turn on notifications for that. Yeah, if you guys want to trade with me, my link is in the description for the Discord group, guys. Like I said, we have right now, you could either subscribe to my personal day-to-day scalp trading. You can subscribe to the algo signals that's giving you guys, about 100 signals per month. You can even connect that to a bot that makes all the trades for you. Or you can subscribe to the options signals that we have a 100% win rate in 2024, making crazy returns. So if you guys are interested, link is in the description. Other than that, peace and love. See you guys.